Dear friends, welcome to our new video. If you are not subscribed the channel, please hit subscribe button and activate the bell button. This video will discuss adult ADHD. Do you have a lot of creative energy? Adult ADHD sufferers come up with 10 times as many brilliant ideas in a single day as those without the disorder do in a week. One of the problems is that we get sidetracked by brand new ideas, never finishing anything we started. Using new ideas without getting distracted from your primary goal is possible if you know how. Adult Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, ADHD. You're probably an idea machine if you have adult ADHD. You come up with great new ideas constantly, sometimes several in a single day. The issue is that new ideas are frequently unrelated to the work you've already done, and as a result, they serve only as a diversion from your primary objectives. What can someone with ADHD and an overabundance of creative ideas accomplish? I, too, suffer from adult ADHD and have at least $10 million ideas per day. What are the steps to putting one of these into practice? Thinking of new ideas is one of the things I enjoy doing the most. It's one of my strongest skills. It's my job to figure out how to apply the best parts of a great idea to the work I'm already doing, so when I get an idea, I say, okay, great. This is a skill that anyone with adult ADHD should be able to learn. As an example, consider the following scenario. Let's pretend I'm developing a website on AD/HD. To put it another way, what happens when I come up with the brilliant idea of having a new restaurant opened in my hometown? I think it's a fantastic idea. Why don't I just go ahead and open a restaurant on my own initiative? Actually, opening a restaurant isn't something I'm particularly interested in doing. I've worked in a number of restaurants and am certain that the restaurant industry is not for me. For starters, it's dull, and boredom is one of the leading causes of death among adults with ADHD. So, I ask myself, what's so great about this idea, and how can I apply the essence of what's so great about this idea to my website for adults with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder? When it comes to opening a restaurant, those of us with adult ADHD tend to see it as all or nothing, black or white. To make your adult ADHD work for you instead of against you, ask yourself, how can I apply this great new idea to the project I'm already working on? This is something you get better at with practice. If you're brainstorming with friends or business partners, you can even do this in conversation. Just say, hey, that's a really good idea, whenever new concepts arise. What are the implications for the work we're doing? What drew you to that concept? Which makes me wonder, why am I so enthusiastic about that concept? There isn't a Mexican restaurant in town, and everyone wants one. That was the original thought behind the restaurant concept. It became what does everyone with adult ADHD want that isn't being given to them when I used that concept as the basis for my current business. I think the main point is that, if you're an adult with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, you have a huge advantage over people without it because you come up with 5 brand new innovative ideas every day. To learn more about using multi-sensory stimulation to help you focus on your projects while dealing with adult ADHD distractions, continue watching the video. Involve your body in your workout. You can forget you have a body when you're in the creative flow because your mind is overflowing with images and sounds. However, unhealthful habits deplete your body of vitality and strength, which has a knock-on effect on your mental faculties and ability to be creative and productive. Creative artist, musician and writer, creatively blocked, health and well-being. Whenever we're in the zone of creativity, it's easy to forget we're even wearing clothes because our heads are so full of color, sounds, words, and images. However, unhealthful habits deplete your body of vitality and strength, which in turn depletes your creativity and productivity. Guitar players are often referred to as small muscle athletes, which means they must warm up and take care of their small muscles. Artists may be likened to amateur athletes with small muscles. After all, creative work necessitates a certain level of physical stamina. No matter how we use them, all of our creative tools require us to use our bodies in some way. This could be as simple as sitting hunched over a desk all day, or as complex as standing and walking on stage for the duration of a show. Maintaining a healthy, fit body necessitates daily effort. Self-care practices such as getting enough sleep, eating 3 healthy and balanced meals a day, moving your body actively, and drinking plenty of water are all critical for taking care of your body on a day-to-day basis. Taking care of your physical health has a ripple effect on your mental health as well. Tiredness, malnutrition, and dehydration can all impair mental performance, including problem solving and concentration. In order to be creative, you must take care of yourself. A band tour, a performance rehearsal, or the late-night painting session to finish a piece for a gallery opening are all examples of extraordinary circumstances where we might relax our self-care discipline and adopt a completely different set of rules. At this point in time, we may experience a low or a period of transition before we are able to get back into the creative flow again. They also help you form good habits and learn how to live a healthy lifestyle. Getting enough sleep and rest is a great way to maintain good health in all areas of your life. Spend the last 30 minutes of your evening relaxing instead of getting up early tomorrow. Relax by taking a bath, drinking tea, getting a massage, listening to music, or reading something that doesn't make you think about work. We can all think of excuses for why we don't go to the gym, eat healthier, or pay more attention to our health. If you want to be a creative person and share your gift with the world, you need to be in good physical and mental health as well. Design your own future? We can learn from the experiences of others, but we must exercise caution before emulating their behavior. We're always trying to be like other people, and it's exhausting. When we try to be like someone else, we end up being unable to match their charm, ability, or success. We can look like them, dress like them, and drive like them on the outside, but that doesn't make us happy on the inside. We can learn from the experiences of others, but we must exercise caution before blindly following in their footsteps. Each of us has a lot of untapped potential. What can we do to encourage this to take off? Self-activation brings out your inherent strengths and talents, as well as what is truly unique about you. This is what you get when you use your God-given abilities. Make a name for yourself. When you do this, you'll find that other people are drawn to you. Gravitation is the result of activation. If that's the case, you're not following in the footsteps of others. Other people may aspire to be like you rather than to be different from you. We're trained to focus more on the things happening in the outside world. Dressing a certain way helps us gain social acceptance. Before we leave the house, we check ourselves in the mirror to see if we look presentable. The mirror is a reliable source of information. The mirror only shows us how we look on the outside, it does not reveal our innermost thoughts, feelings, or relationships. Is it a true reflection of your feelings? You're allowed to wear your best clothes to work. If someone offends you, you have the option of retaliating violently or remaining silent. Both ways, your sense of well-being is disturbed. Your stunning gown is now of no use to you. At this point, you must awaken the divine core within and allow it to flow with a never-ending stream of peace and tranquility for this to happen. You will not find peace in imitation. As a result, pay attention to the way you think, what you say, and what you want. Keep an eye out for and hold on to your inner calmness. Beautiful on the outside, but ugly on the inside. When we activate ourselves, we receive the beauty we seek. God appreciates this kind of beauty. So, look for love because you're looking for inner beauty. Focus your attention on a loftier goal. The divine beauty that lies hidden within your own heart allows you to see the same beauty in others. Pay attention to the divinity within as well as the external form. You'll give alms to a beggar you see today if you see him. You're not going to give him a high five or shake his hand after a hard day's work. The first thing you do when your child is dirty from the playground is give him a big bear hug and say, "Mummy, Daddy." If a soiled child approaches you, you ignore him because you don't care about him. It doesn't matter who you are, rich or poor, for the realized soul, everyone is equal in the eyes of God. When you imitate, all you can do is look at what's going on around you. You seek when you activate. Nothing else matters when there is kindness, compassion, and care present. So, let's stop copying each other. Taking an honest look at who we are will help us grow spiritually. Let's go on the hunt. Let's get this party started. The key to developing your intuition is to keep an eye out for it, go over what you see so you can use it better, and provide it with useful information to work with. Intuition-based problem solving, developing. The first step in developing intuition is to accept that you already have it. You may have experienced intuition in the past if you've ever had a gut feeling about something. When you have an intuitive feeling, your mind is using resources that you aren't even aware of. Can you, however, put your faith in your gut? What changes would you make to it? 3 steps to developing intuition. 1. Recognize and encourage the behavior you want to see in others. 2. Study it to improve your confidence in it. 3. Provide it with useful data on which to base its decisions. Garry Kasparov is the first to admit that a computer is superior at calculating chess positions in the future. Despite this, he continues to outperform even the most powerful computers thanks to his uncanny ability to grasp the nuances of the game. Because of his background, he is able to combine analytical thinking with a feeling for the best course of action. Look for areas in your life where you can operate more intuitively. Intuition serves as both a warning system and a guide. My wife and I were of the opinion that we should not have boarded Ecuador's bus. This isn't a supernatural ability. Pickpockets love crowded buses because they're easy pickings. An inebriated man kept running into people. Even though we weren't paying attention, these things were sending us alerts even though we weren't aware of them. We had the distinct impression that something isn't quite right here. I was robbed because we disregarded our gut instincts. When I was shopping for a van, I kept running into conversions. Possibly, you've had something similar happen to you. Searching for and recognizing something teaches your brain to look for more of that thing in future searches. If you keep an eye out for your intuition, the same thing will happen, you'll notice more of it. Unfortunately, even if you have a strong gut feeling, it could be for the wrong reasons. As a child, you might have intuitive hunches not to get into yellow taxis again for the rest of your life if you were hit by one as an adult. Even if you learn to recognize and encourage your intuition, you may still be unsure of when to put your trust in it. Research your gut feelings. Begin to doubt your own assumptions. Instead of asking, "Oh yeah, crowded buses are a bad idea, we know that," we might have said, "Oh yeah, that bus felt bad to us because it was crowded." Take a look at your strong reaction to the cab and you may discover that you have a fear of yellow cabs. Learn to pay attention to and study your intuitive feelings by making a habit of it. Where is it most likely that your intuition will be most effective? Give your intuitive stock picks some credence if you're consistently correct. On the other hand, don't act on your instincts if they're consistently wrong. You will develop intuition about your intuition if you simply pay more attention to what your intuition is telling you. Give good information to your intuition. Intuition can only be as good as your abilities, knowledge, and experiences allow it to be. No less a chess player than Garry Kasparov will be able to beat that computer intuitively. Find out as much as you can about a subject before putting your faith in your hunches about it. Work on developing your intuition in the area where you want it the most. If you feed your mind enough information, it will work for you whether or not you are aware of it. You'll have more hunches and ideas when you're aware of your intuition. Studying it will teach you when to put your faith in it and when not to. You'll be rewarded with good hunches and ideas if you provide it with good information. This is a straightforward formula for improving your intuitive abilities. If you liked the video, press like and have a look on the references in the description box.